43 Towns is a photographic exhibit that features one picture from each of the 43 towns in Hampden and Hampshire counties. 31 photographers participated, each creating images that they felt were important to understanding their town. The exhibit is the work of the Springfield Photographic Society, and it's on display in the Better Living Center at the Big E, and it will be there for the remainder of the fair. Connecting Point producer Dave Fraser stopped by the exhibit on opening day and shares this story.
Our current exhibit is called 43 Towns, and we came up with this exhibit because we wanted something that we felt the public would like to see, and also something we could get a large number of photographers to support. Our goal here was to keep the exhibit at a size that we could actually display it. So with 43 towns, we really had to settle on one picture per town. So I think the photographers really struggled to find just the one that they thought represented the town. In some cases, the photographers had a picture of the hometown, and that's what they wanted to submit. In other cases, people said they'd be willing to go out and find something new. So some of us had to go out to some of the hill towns and ask directions and talk to the locals, and we stumbled across a number of really terrific places that probably a lot of people aren't aware of in Western Mass.
I thought it was a great idea. It would give people an opportunity to travel around our area and maybe go to places they hadn't been to before. I knew immediately I wanted to go to Williamsburg because I had the Williamsburg General Store that was a favorite place to go to, and it's like an old country store.
Some of the towns, you're going to find the things you would expect. Chicopee is a great example. We've got a wonderful picture of Westover Air Force Base and one of the last C-5As that were there. We've got another picture of downtown Holyoke and how that's being converted from the old mills to artist studios and new businesses. But some of the things you might not expect, one example would be Amherst, where we have a Amherst resident, Karen Lemoyne, who was aware that the people in Amherst see it as a place of great natural beauty. And there's a favorite spot called Mount Pollux, where the locals go for sunrises and sunsets. And Karen has a terrific picture of Mount Pollux. And another one is in Chesterfield. There's I guess you'd call it a farm stand called the Ireland Street Orchards, which is now run by the Bare Roots Farm. And it's just a wonderful place to go as you might do a day trip or an autumn trip around the hill towns.
I was here early and I was watching people read all of these, and they look at the pictures, read the write-ups. And as Kevin had suggested, we did not want just the title of the picture, the name of the town, and the photographer. We wanted a write-up about the town, and people seem to be very interested in that.
We had put this exhibit together and talked to the folks at the Big E about possibly showing it to a larger group. So we've got a great space here on one of the long walls in the Better Living Center. And I think maybe one of the great strengths of the exhibit is the fact that we have 31 different perspectives and that everybody sees something different. So as you go through, you find that diversity of perspective. Some people notice the natural surroundings. Other people see the historical or cultural events. But as you go through, I think we were able to achieve a kind of a unique exhibit. And you probably won't find any other one that had 31 artists all contributing to it. So we really have a great diversity in terms of the presentation of our communities.